What's up, everybody, and welcome into Roundball. We've got a special interview, and it's a big week for Toledo basketball, for UAB basketball, for Akron basketball, for Mississippi State basketball. They all will be at the inaugural Barstool Invitational, South Philadelphia, Friday night, November 11th. And we got one of the best coaches in the country on right now, Coach TK, Todd Kowalczyk, Toledo basketball. Todd, you're off a big win last night, 85-70. You were about as efficient as it gets against a Valpo. How you feeling this morning? What's going on?
Feel great, Jeff. That's a kind intro. I'm not sure one of the best coaches. That may be far-fetched, but overall, really like our team. Thought we played exceptionally well yesterday in the first half. Got a little bored maybe in the second half, but I think Valparaiso was a big physical team. But we played just so hard defensively and took them out of some things and got out in transition. But it was a fun night. There's no question about that. And you're right about this. It is a huge week here. Huge week.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that because we're all excited about it. And I just wanted to do one other thing. I remember when I talked to you on the Twitter Spaces a week or so ago with Mid-Major Madness, I talked to you about free throw shooting. I noticed you guys are 81.3% from the free throw line. You've got to be very happy with that. Ray J was efficient in 26 minutes. It's a great way to come into the week. But, I think for me, and I've told all these guys, like this game is huge.
Huge.
As far as implications, it's a great mid-major game to start the season.
Yeah, UAB's like we are. They're actually ranked above us. I think they're rated as one of the maybe the top mid-major program in the country coming into the season. I think we were 6th in some polls, and we're 4th in the College Insiders poll. But it's you can't understand. I'm not one of those coaches that says, "Hey, every game is the same." That's BS. Let's all be honest now. There's certain games that are bigger, and this has March ramifications. No question about it. We're going to treat it as such.
How hard is that, Coach? How do you feel it's Barstool though? Like, how do you feel like it's our first event, Barstool? Like, I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on your game because it's people want to see what we're going to do with it, and I think it's just so cool that we have one of the best mid-major games out there for Friday.
Well, Marty, I am quickly becoming a huge fan of Barstools. Just what you guys do for college football, and watching that, and on Twitter, it's fun, it's amusing, it's you guys let it all hang out there. I love the fact that you can say what you want versus some other things, and that's all. And I know how big you are, as an organization with college just college students in general. It's the next wave. Let's be honest. It's the next wave of how things are going to be done. And if you don't adapt to the changes, you're left behind. But I'm a fan of Barstool. There's no question about that.
Coach, I want to touch on your kind of experience with the head coach. You've been in the Division I for 20 years. You're with Green Bay earlier on in your career. How hard is it as a mid-major? You touched on it a little bit, the importance of these early games, and obviously me playing in 6 years in college basketball, I know how important these early games are. How hard is it for, especially a mid-major school like you guys, to really lock your team down, to focus on how important these games are at the beginning of the year?
Oh, first of all, Jordan, you would have really done well playing in my system. I love shooters, man. We've had a lot of success with guys like you. I know your career. Guys that can shoot the ball as well as you fit into how we play. As a mid-major, we can't get Iowa and Wisconsin and those Big Ten schools to play us. And trust me, Fran's a friend of mine. I would love to go out there and play him. He won't play us. I've asked him several times, and I get the same response, and his language is never a pretty response coming back to me. We thought we had Arkansas on the line, and that fell through at the last minute. So we're UAB. It's the same thing. The one thing about mid-major scheduling, we can get like the UABs, the West Kentuckys, the George Mason, Northern Iowa, Vermont. Those are all really good teams, as you guys know. We can get those games, and we've gotten them. But for us to get like Dayton, we've called them every year. Xavier every year. Hey, well, let's play. I mean, we can't get those games. So getting a neutral site game in that type of venue against as good of a team and as well coached of a team as UAB, that's an honor and a privilege, and we're going to treat it as such.
Coach, I do want to talk about the game itself. I know in the wild stuff that was going on last night. UAB won by 41 points against a Division I opponent. Jelly Walker, I think, was the high scorer of the night. He had, I think, 38. He's one of the best guards in the country. It's that simple. How do you prepare for someone like that in a team that won by 41? That's you guys are efficient, but you score 111 points. That's damn efficient too.
Well, they're really good in transition. They swarmed them with their press. I don't know how good Alabama State is.
Yep.
They're probably not very good, so it's a little bit skewed. But they are deep. They're athletic. It's not just Jelly Walker. They got some other dudes that are really, really good. The two transfers from East Tennessee, they're good. One from LSU. Their big kid inside is all defensive team. So, I'm not going into this or today on a Tuesday and off day blind about UAB. I've done my homework. I've watched, their La Tech game, their Middle Tennessee game. I've watched the Houston game all this summer. So we've been preparing for UAB, knowing that I know it's a Friday, but it's a Super Bowl Friday for us.
Marty alluded to, Barstool, the kind of, big level that it is. What's your plan in Philadelphia? Obviously, I'm sure most of your kids have never been to the city. What are you going to eat? What's the Friday, Thursday look like?
Well,
I also can.
1 second, Steve. Give me the itinerary. We're going to a famous restaurant. I'm going to get the name of it, but we have a dear friend that him and his wife live in Philadelphia. Ron and Darlene Greller. So every time we go there, they take us to this famous restaurant. So we're going to Poppy's on the South End. I've been there several times. I don't know if you know about it, but it's an amazing Italian place. The old mafia type stomping grounds.
3100 South 20th Street. I know right where it is. I've been there many times.
The dude's hard as a rock when he heard that.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. You mentioned
Jeff, you have an invitation to come with us. If you want to join us for dinner.
Let me ask you, is it Thursday night you're going?
Thursday night, 6:30.
I will be in the city. I'm actually staying over. I actually might take you up on that. Not even kidding.
All right.
I'm going to Toledo's dinner.
I have to. I mean, that's a staple of South Philly right there. That's good.
It's amazing. This will be my third or fourth. We played Temple, St. John's, Penn. Anytime we go there, Ron and Darlene take us to that place, and they tell us all the stories. Back in the day, how it was. When the mafia was big and all that stuff. So it's an awesome place. It's got great history.
Well, shout out to them because that's a great pick by them. It's close to the stadium. It's very cool.
Marty,
cool.
He even knew the address. How about that?
Yeah, he was so like he popped out of his seat. He's like, oh my God. He's like, oh fuck, I'm getting a free dinner now at Coach.
I thought you were gonna say like somewhere in Center City, like kind of a big glitzy glammy place. That's old school there.
Yeah.
Coach, also for the game. If you don't feel like getting thrown out, you want me to really yell at the refs, I'm gonna be there. So I'll go to bat for you. I don't need you getting thrown out. We need you for the whole game. So anything you need me to do, I'll be on the bench for you. I'll fucking do some crazy shit.
Great. Well, I'm a little bit more calm than especially the old Todd. The young Todd was a little rambunctious on the sideline. Now I think I've gotten in the last 10 years, maybe 2 or 3 technical fouls combined. That's it. So I'm not like Fran McCaffrey, Jordan. I'm not.
I was going to say, that's like a weekly amount for Fran right there.
Todd, we got to ask you before we let you go. Marty Mush here has made a claim that I think every time we have a coach on, we need to ask. Marty Mush has made a claim that in 4 years in college basketball, he believes he can make 84 threes. Can you tell him how tough that is?
Coach, before you answer, I'm shooting when I get the ball. Like I'm not playing your system, Coach. I'm sorry. I'm gonna probably say fuck off. I'm whapping when I can get it.
Well, I like shooters, so I 84 over 4 years. I think Marty can do that.
Let's go.
Would it tell you more that he's never actually, besides junior high, he's never actually played?
No, JV, high school. Well, okay. I'll show Coach my shot on Friday, and we'll see.
How tall are you, Marty, by the way?
I'm 6'4".
Yeah, you're pretty tall.
Marty, when you have good players like we do, all I got to do is put your ass in the corner. Just stay there. Just stay there. We'll kick it out to you.
Coach.
Just stay in the corner, and you'll make your share. So 84 or 4 years, we could probably handle that.
Maybe if he played Alabama State every night, he could do that. But, Coach, we're very excited. I've talked to you a couple of times. You're a great guy. I'm looking forward to seeing your team and all the teams at the Barstool Invitational. And I'm actually excited because I think I might be at dinner with you guys. I won't order anything super expensive. I won't. I promise.
You can order what you want and you can drink what you want on me.
Yeah, the dude's gonna order like 6 bottles of wine. Like it's.
Hey, I need to have a wine or two the night before just so I can relax the night before a game. Otherwise, so you can help me unwind there, Jeff.
I love it. That sounds great. You can get your tickets Friday, November 11th at the Barstool Invitational. We'll make sure we put that in the link below. And I urge you guys, check out Toledo basketball this year. This is one of the best mid-major teams in the country. I told Coach I believe he will finally get to the NCAA tournament this year. It's going to be a great – well, real quick, Coach, what's your relationship? You mentioned college football quickly. Do you have a relationship with Jason Candle at all?
Oh, yeah, he's a great friend. And I know you guys are coming here next week, and I'm actually trying to get on with you guys when you come out here. So put some plugs in for me.
We should try to get him as a guest picker or something. That would be
that's what they're talking about trying to do. So if I got a guest pip, I would love that. We play on Wednesday, and you're going to be here for the Bowling Green game on Tuesday. So
DeQuan Finn's a hell of a quarterback. I'll tell you
he's
that.
good. And to get back to Jason Candle, a great guy, great program manager, and a brilliant offensive coach. Huge game for them tonight. I'm going to the game. They got Ball State at home. This is a huge game tonight. They win tonight. It's even bigger for a rivalry game next week. But they actually can close out the division tonight, hopefully.
Talking a little Maction here, even. You gotta love
Coach,
that.
We're gonna let you go, but I simply can't. I'm illiterate, so I can't pronounce your last name, and I also can't call you Coach K because I'm a Duke fan, and obviously I can't have that. So is Coach TK all right?
Coach TK is fine, and to be honest with you, I'm not really big into the coach stuff. Even my players, I don't have that. I don't like being called coach, to be honest with you. Most people call me K or TK or sometimes shithead too. But other than that, we're all good.
Well, I won't call you that, but I got to ask you, tell me about the Dwayne Wade jersey. That's pretty cool. Tell me more.
Well, I had an opportunity to coach Dwayne at Marquette. I was there with Tom Crean during that great resurgence, and I was there for his redshirt year, and I was there for his redshirt freshman year. And because of that, we were 26-9, 9th in the country. And because of him, I got my first head coaching job at Wisconsin Green Bay. If it wasn't for that guy, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair today.
Can I ask you real quick about Coach Crean? I played against him for a year in Big Ten. I thought he was a phenomenal guy, phenomenal coach.
Very, very intense. He's so organized, an unbelievable worker. I thought I was prepared to be a head coach prior to working for him. I wasn't. My 2 years with him, and I'm so thankful for. Yeah, he really felt he recruited the heck out of the AD at Green Bay. It was like his top recruit to help me get that job. He worked that hard on it.
I have a story real quick. You guys are gonna like this. I know we're gonna get you out of here, but you're gonna like this knowing Coach. My sophomore year, we were really bad. We went 14-19, and during the year, we had a little dry spell. Coach McCaffrey has a great relationship with Coach Crean, obviously, and he came into our locker room and went over some of our film sessions, and he was cussing out left and right. You guys are fucking soft. You guys need to get your defense together. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is an intense basketball mind. And I didn't think he could top Coach McCaffrey, but I think he was right there with him.
Yeah. No, they're both intense guys. Fran's a good friend too. I think the world of him.
Coach, great stories. We're looking forward to seeing you. And I want to tell everybody, MAC people that are watching this, Akron people, Toledo people, if you cannot get to the Wells Fargo Center, there's going to be all sorts of coverage on this on all the Barstool social media sites. You can watch it. You can check it out. You can stream it. So we're going to have you guys taken care of as well, obviously. Coach, TK, I know you don't like Coach. TK, good to talk to you. Good to see you. We wish you luck on Friday, and I'm sure we'll see you before then. Thanks for coming on to Roundball.
See you Thursday.